everyone, it's Amanda here with your July 2019 RuneScope. This month, the big news is that your mid-year check-in RuneScopes are now available over on my Vimeo channel. These are readings covering July through December, the rest of the year. So if you want to see where you're at, what's coming up, definitely check that out. That link is below in the box. Just click or tap the little arrow beneath the video. It's also a good time for those of you who purchased any of my yearly RuneScopes that I posted at the beginning of the year. The 2019 RuneScope, the Career RuneScope, or the Love RuneScope. It's a good time to rewatch those, and you can purchase those if you haven't already. There's still, a full half a year left, and kind of see where you're at in those and what's coming up. So it's a good time to kind of check those out. I will move those up on the list over on my Vimeo channel. That's where all this stuff is. So on the main page, I'll put it underneath the spiritual guidance for July. Just tap the show more button over there and it'll load the rest of those videos if you want to purchase any of those. The mid-year though will be at the top, and then your spiritual guidance for July, which this month I will be pulling and interpreting one card from the awesome Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud. He's an amazing artist. If you like Labyrinth or The Dark Crystal, which I do, two wonderful movies from my childhood. He was instrumental in designing the puppets and the characters in those movies. And the cards are amazing. He also has a book called Good Fairies and Bad Fairies, which this deck I believe is based upon. It does have the same fairies in it, but this is an oracle deck. So if you like his work, he's a genius. I do encourage you to check out the book, but also this deck if you're into oracle cards. That's going to be for July. Give us our additional wisdom. We'll get some additional wisdom and guidance and advice from Brian Froud this month. That's over on Vimeo as well. But here with our runes for July, I'm going to stick with a whimsical theme this month. And the tarot deck we'll be using is the Paulina Tarot by Pauline Stuckey. Is that her last name? I'm going to make sure I get it right, because this is also, she's another, Paulina Cassidy, sorry. She's another amazing artist. So we're featuring a lot of very cool artists this month on the RuneScope's channel. But without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at what July holds for you. Hi Libra, let's see which runes have some messages for you for July 2019 for Libras. What's going on with Libra? July 2019 for Libra. So as always, keep in mind, Libra, that this is not a private reading. It is a general reading for everybody who wants to watch, who associates in some way with the sign of Libra. You can always check the video for your rising sign as well to get additional messages and clarity, because some of the messages we get here in this general reading are going to be for the other Libras that are watching. Your rising sign, however, is more specific to your birth chart. So you may often find that that is the more accurate of these general readings. If you would like something far more specific about your specific circumstances, then you can always set up a private session with me. I do those on Skype. Just email me and we can get that set up for you. But in general, what's happening with Libra? In the present energy, we've got the Four of Pentacles. Let me see what's coming through with the runes here with this. And I apologize. They're practicing the shooting at the police academy behind me. So Four of Pentacles is about trying to hold on to what's yours. You may be in the present, which is going to be end of June, early July-ish for most of you. For some of you, this may be what you're dealing with whenever you're watching this video, if you're watching it later in July. You may be trying to guard something from somebody who is trying to, deceive you, go behind your back, manipulate you in some way. But I mean, you have the rune of, like, especially a feminine or female energy, trying to manipulate you out of money, manipulate you out of a project. This could be at work, trying to get something out of you, trying to get you to say something. trying to get you to give her some money. If it's maybe it's an ex or an ex-girlfriend, or an ex-wife, maybe asking you for a loan, and whoever this is, they come at it in a way that they think they're really sly. Like they think they're really, like they really got you hoodwinked. Like they're coming at it like very nice and like a friend, right? Or that they have maybe even your best interests at heart, when really it's all about getting whatever they want. You're going to see more and more of this person's actual intentions or their real personality come out as the month progresses. So yeah, hold on to your money, hold on to your possessions, hold on to what's yours, right? Now this could also be some of you dealing with a partner who is being possessive, and they may be, just possessive, overly controlling, and they may be like twisting it so that, it somehow makes sense to you at first, but gradually the light's going to dawn, and Libra, I think you're going to be like, oh hell no, this person, this is a red flag. I don't like this controlling aspect here. And if this is someone new in your life, if you've met them recently, or if you're meeting them early on in July, maybe around the 4th of July, since we've got the Four of Pentacles here, that's a holiday weekend here in the States. So maybe you're meeting them at the fireworks, or maybe something happens that you're seeing this side of their personality. This could also be like someone trying to, take what's yours, take your man, take your woman, take your, it could be somebody trying to very slyly, manipulate a situation so that they can, and it could be one of those things where you see what's going on, you get upset, and, your partner may be like, why are you getting upset? And, may blow it off. But, so yeah, there may be a bit of jealousy here going on with this. It really feels, for some of you, yes, it could be monetary, like someone trying to manipulate you out of money, or in some way, but also, or take something that's yours, but it's really coming through in an emotional sense for me. Like someone either being too possessive, overly possessive, jealousy's coming up a lot with this. And if it's someone new, you're seeing the signs. You may not be ready to run right now. You may be like, oh, well, maybe I'll just give them another shot, or I'm going to wait and see how this plays out. But it does seem like this will get worse as things progress. Sorry to say. The challenge of the month. Let's take a look at the challenge for July. You've got the Nine of Swords in reverse. So here's what the Nine of Swords looks like in the upright. In this deck. In the reverse, this is actually a better card, but let me see what's coming up in the challenge here. Well, your challenge is to, I feel like some of you are like, I don't want to believe that this person would use me this way, or I don't want to believe that this person is trying to take advantage of me. So there's a bit of denial about, it's like this is a mind free of worry, but the runes here are saying you should be worried, like you should be paying attention to this. But yeah, there's something to where if you were to believe this, it would really shake your idea of who someone is. Alternatively, again, because it's a general reading and there are so many different people watching, you could be concerned that someone's going to get, know that you're trying to take advantage of them or get something out of them in some way, Libra. So again, it can always work both ways. I got to throw it out there. But yeah, I feel like the challenge is, for most of you, I don't want to believe this. I don't want to worry about this. I don't want to have to think about this. I don't want to have to think that this person, and even if it's a newer person, again, with the red flags, you may be like, I don't want to think that this is a bad. I was really excited about this, and I don't want to have to think that this is, a bad person or a person that is you know, has issues with jealousy and controlling people and things like that. And I kind of want to put my head in the sand, but your challenge is to not do that and be strong about it and stand up for yourself. Now, this could also be a friend or someone close to you going through this, Libra, and you're trying to get them to like, no, you need to see this, you know, because maybe this new person, there's a new person in a friend of yours or your sibling, or somebody's dating someone new, and they're like trying to isolate this person, or they're jealous when they spend time with you or anyone else, and you're trying to like, and they're just like, they're refusing to see it. Again, this is denial, but don't give up, because, you know, and again, maybe you are having to be manipulative with the way you're presenting what you're seeing, because, you know, sometimes you can't just come out and say what you're thinking in that situation unless you want to alienate a friend, and especially if there's somebody already trying to come between you and a friend, or you and a sibling, or you and someone in your tribe. So yeah, you may be trying to go about this in a roundabout way to get them to see what you're seeing. And it may take time. They may not see it right away. They probably won't, Libra, but you know, it may be a bit of a process here with Dayeg and Urus. But don't give up. Your goal can be attained if you keep at it. Some of you may be worried, like it may extend beyond like, oh, this is bad. This person is way too controlling. And you may be concerned maybe that other things are going on. The help that's going to be available, we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. So here's what he looks like in the upright. I feel like for many of you, this is the person that we're talking about, this jealous, selfish energy. Could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but he doesn't have to be. He could also be female as well. In these general readings, the court cards can be, for some of you this will be a male, for some of you it'll be a female. Just depends on which Libra you are. Well, many of you are leaving this relationship behind. You are gonna get out of it. And you know, it's so weird. The people that you thought were like interfering in your business, that's actually, you're gonna be like, that was a help to you. At first you thought they were busybodies and just, oh, you know, stay out of my business and don't worry about him dating, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I mean, I think that many of you, this has probably been going on for a little bit, and in July you're finally seeing, oh my God, I thought my family and friends were just meddling and they didn't like this person, so were trying to get me to, you know, break up or whatever and leave them. And now it turns out, oh my gosh, they were actually right, because there's something you're seeing in July that is a deal breaker, Libra. I think for many of you in the behavior of someone or this person that you care about who has said, oh, Libra, why are you in my business? Why are you, you know, this is none of your business. You shouldn't be meddling in this. And it turns out, and it may have been you and other people, again, the rest of the family, other members of the family, other members of the friend group. Yeah. Now, this could also be at work. Someone, because again, that was coming up. This could also be someone that you do not like leaving work because they've never really fit in. They always have been kind of like outside the group. So there could be someone leaving that you've wanted to leave for a really long time at work. And yeah, this person never really fit in, or was never really like, maybe they didn't fit in with the job. They weren't a good fit for the job. They really kind of wanted everything handed to them. Like maybe they came in wanting a top position, even though they didn't have the experience to back it up. Because there's a laziness with this in the reverse. And in the upright, the King of Pentacles is the opposite. I mean, he's usually very industrious. He knows he is an excellent businessman. But in the reverse, it's kind of the extreme opposite. He squanders money. But also there's a very selfish energy, again, with the Four of Pentacles. So selfishness with money, financial things, but also with people. Tends to view people as possessions as well. So whoever this is, they're getting the boot, either by you or someone else, and it's brightening up your world, whether this is, you know, or it's a new way forward, okay? I do feel like if family and friends are saying, hey, Libra, this person seems like they're a little too possessive or a little too, like, wanting to separate you from your friends and people who care about you, maybe you want to look at that. And maybe they're not saying it in always the most... the nicest way or the best way, but it does seem the intentions are good. Like, and you know, if you hadn't seen it up until now, I think in July you may be seeing what they were talking about and taking some action here, Libra. What must be accepted? Sorry, outcomes over here. Got the Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, we're variation on a theme here. Here's what the Two of Cups looks like in the upright. But yeah, the reverse is a divorce, a severance of ties, a breaking away, a breaking up, breaking apart. And usually it is a romantic relationship. Doesn't have to be, but it could be, if it's a friend or a loved one, it would still be someone that you cared a lot about and they cared a lot about you. Yeah, and you or whoever is doing this, because again, for some of you, it's someone close to you, it's a friend, it's someone you were trying to, you're so happy they're getting away from this person, but at the same time, I think either you or that person's going to be saying, why do I keep choosing these same kind of people? Because maybe this is not the first time. Why am I drawn to these abusers or these people who are going to want to control me or why do I keep ending up in these situations, right? It's like I keep picking the same person over and over and over again. I feel like you're like, what's the lesson? What am I not getting? Or this other person is just frustrated. Like, why do I keep choosing these people? So yeah, you or someone else, Libra, maybe a little bit down that this hasn't worked out, and it's not the first time that it has, you know, a marriage has ended or a relationship has ended because of maybe similar reasons. But everybody's life, we all have that, right? We all have these things that we're here to work on, and a lot of it is in relationships because it's where we learn the most, right? So it's in our interactions, especially the closer the relationship, our romantic relationships, our family relationships. Those are the most potent when it comes to lessons. They're the most difficult because that's how we learn. So there is something here, but try not to get frustrated with yourself, or try to help this person not be frustrated with themselves that they keep repeating, because they're going to figure it out. The fact that they're noticing that is a huge step, right? Sometimes it takes years to even notice, okay, that person was exactly the same as this other person, and also it may be different relationships, right? It's like I'm always, closest to, even within the family, but then also when I choose romantically, these more selfish or possessive individuals, I'm always maybe started with family, and so it seems familiar. Maybe that's what you saw in your parents' relationship. A lot of reasons, right? Why people are drawn to the relationships they're drawn to. Others of you, this could be a job where, it's like, yes, this person is leaving, but you're like, man, why do I always get in these situations where, because maybe you were part of why this person had to leave. It's interesting because something a little bit similar came up for Gemini in July. Maybe you really wanted this person to leave, but you're like, why do I always end up in these places having to work with these people that I just can't stand, and I can't wait for them. I'm always sitting there praying somebody's going to leave. And you may be kind of like, is it me? Do I just not like these people, or do I just not like people in general, or is it really like they have issues? So there is going to be this like trying to figure out the pattern, trying to figure it out so it's not repeated, whether it's you or someone else. You could be helping someone else try to figure it out. The outcome is the Five of Pentacles in reverse, but this is actually a good card in the reverse. Yeah, this is a period of neglect coming to an end, or a period of financial hardship coming to an end, or just like, you know, the environment on the job. Again, if it was a toxic energy you were having to deal with day in and day out, that's coming to an end, is the outcome of what's going on in July. But yeah, there's also this feeling of like not being left out in the cold or isolated, right, from people, because you may be ending this relationship, or someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time, you may be able to reconnect because they've broken out of this bad negative cycle, bad negative relationship. So yeah, the ending of all of this, Libra, is very good. You know, it's the start of like kind of getting back in the game in some way here, and no longer feeling loss, no longer feeling ignored or isolated, or maybe constantly having to like get someone's affection. Like it was never, nothing you did was ever enough, or someone else maybe was feeling this way. Nothing they did was ever enough. This person was just demanded and demanded and demanded all of their attention, all of their time. And it's like this exhaustion. And so yeah, there's no longer this dark night of the soul energy for you or someone else as we get to the end of July. And, you know, it doesn't look like it's a super easy road, or that it hasn't been a super easy road, but I think it's relief that you're feeling at the end of July that, oh, finally it's over. Yes, I'm going to analyze and try to figure out so I don't do this again or repeat this again. Or yes, I'm going to help this person try to not do this again. But I'm just so glad that that period has ended. Whether it's on the job, whether it's in a personal relationship, however it's working out for you. But maybe over on Vimeo, I'm going to shuffle our Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud. I want to see which fairy wants to give us further guidance and advice on how to deal with these energies in July. Your mid-year check-in RuneScope is over there as well, covering July through December if you'd like a longer-term view. But the link's below. You can get both of those over on Vimeo. I will see you over there, and I'll see you back here next time. Thanks for watching, Libra.